Welcome back. DC Power and Carolina Ascent set to meet for the second time this season, following that 5-goal thriller back on October 4th. Carolina Ascent unbeaten against DC Power. More on that in a moment. Here's a look at the starting lineup for DC Power. Copy and paste from their 3-1 win over Fort Lauderdale back on November 12th. No changes till the 11th.
They've really established that this is what they want to play. A little bit surprising too, because typically when a team has 12 days off, maybe they try to switch things up. But from what we heard from Philip Poole, he said, last time I changed things was against Jacksonville. Huge ad for Carolina if they are able to bring Maddie Mercado back. What we saw, that 1-2 punch with her and Mackenzie George, is something to watch.
The ball rolls at Audi Field. It is DC Power and Carolina Ascent opening up week 13 in the Gamebridge Super League. Into the 18 once more, pulled back across 1v1. It doesn't bend enough. And the first real warning shot. Bedoya now wide. Driving it, Martinez. Bedoya square ball into the 6-yard box. Gourley always the intended target. McClelland there to smother it.
Bedoya had the right idea. She saw that they did not have a ton of numbers forward to go up against this back line. Outnumbered here. You see a little bit of the hesitation and then decides to go, tries to cut it off there to get it to Gourley, who is well defended. They are not going to leave her open in space. As you saw, she had 2 defenders next to her.
It's a little searching ball, probing. Touch to control by Mackenzie George. Now on her right, it's George! Well, it's the first real sight of goal Mackenzie George has had.
Cut off Sydney Cummings, who stands at 5'10". Look at this little touch here, is able to get in front of her and cut off that right foot that she's trying to step in. Cut off by Morgan Aquino.
I'm going to say credit to Aquino, comes out, narrows the angle, forcing. There's Emily Morris standing over the ball. 3 on the wall for Aquino. Morris has gone for a goal and didn't dip enough.
Just didn't get quite over it, but it was a nice try.
Paige. Here's Gourley. Torbert on her right, Bedoya on her left, forced to adjust. There's Bedoya against Martinez. Options waiting inside of the 18. It's a little bit of a heavy touch. Second chance, squared in. Torbert trying to redirect.
Right, they're controlling where it's going, but here it is again, losing it in the midfield, which has been a struggle for Carolina to start this match.
Here's Bedoya in possession. Gourley. On a ride with her back to goal. Goes down very quickly. Harding trying to weave her way through a more central position this time. Theoret. Here's Fitch isolated out wide, finding Torbert in behind. It's a good run into the 18. Torbert on her right! Just skipping past the goal. 2 options arriving at the back post, Gourley among them.
Recognizing where the back line was, it looked almost like Torbert and Gourley were offside, but Torbert waited just long enough, but could not get a good angle. Again, credit to Meagan.
Gourley running in behind, marked here by Butler, waiting for help to arrive in the form of Torbert. Again, it's Gourley. Bagley waiting inside of the 18, trying to adjust. Falls for Bedoya. Thought about this shot, thought better of it. Bedoya! Denied by McClelland.
Gourley sends a beautiful ball across, enough bend on it so that if Bedoya wanted to take that first shot, she could have. She beats the defender just with that one. What patience from Bedoya to recognize it wasn't on. Takes that extra touch to give herself a better opportunity. Has it with pace that Meagan McClelland can't bring it in. Gives them another opportunity.
Just enough time for one final approach from DC Power. And that will do for the opening 45 minutes. Halfway through at Audi Field, no change to the scoreline. DC Power 0, Carolina 0.
In our coaches call this week, I'm happy with everything else, but we have to impose our will and have that aggression.
Bedoya could hardly stand still, full of energy as we kick off this second half. It's DC Power moving from left to right on your screen. Here's Studer. Now Butler. Emily Morris. Ball floated in, back post, a good delivery, headed across the mouth of goal, and they find Paige. Carolina breakthrough. Rylee Baisden arriving at the back post unmarked and tucks it away expertly.
Right place, right time for Rylee Baisden, who has just been patient.
Hilton rides the challenge, brought down from behind by Theoret. Here's Aguilera. That's a lovely ball. And touch to get past Fitch. Important touch. That time from Duong. Here's Martinez, space and time to deliver across. A good ball, and Baisden flicked on header. And Mackenzie George's deflection. Goal bound, saved by Aquino.
All lines.
Here's B. Hilton. Carolina once again advancing their lines, trying to make it difficult for Carolina to play out of the back. Here Corbin, long diagonal played into space for Jill Aguilera. It's 3 against 2. Aguilera back in toward the back post. It's dealt with by Cummings. And now Abera back the other way. Skips past the challenge of Morris. Gourley. Gourley wants it back and played into space. It's Gourley. Abera at the back post. Gourley on her right. Troubled just enough. Mia Corbin happy to just send that ball as far away from goal as possible. And there's the final whistle. Carolina back on the win column as they defeat DC Power a 1-0.